Edwin Sifuna.
Thank you very much, Governor, for your very, very many kind words. Praise God, Church. Praise God. To Bishop Emeritus Wasonga and Bishop Onginjo, the leadership of this church here, na wote ambao mmefika hapa kwa ajili ya ibada ya leo, na wasalimu kwa jina la Yesu. Hamjambo. Bishop, the last time we were here, I think was 2024, when we were commemorating the 30 years after the death of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And I am very happy to be back here today and to see that some of the promises that were made here by Baba and by the team from ODM, especially with the tiling project, ilikamilika. Nasema asante sana kwa hiyo kazi mzuri ambaye kinara wetu alifanya. Yule MC ambaye alikuwa anatambua watu, alisahau kijana mmoja hapa anaitwa Alex Matere. Alex, you can stand and wave, is also part of our team. Now, unajua sisi wanaume tunapitia mambo mingi vile Bishop alisema. Na ndio utake kujua tunaoneanga kina mama wetu wivu. I don't know how many international day of the woman there are. Tunasikianga tu leo ni Women's Day, kesho ni Mother's Day, siku ingine sijui ni gani. Gani? Girls Day. Lakini sisi wanaume tunakuanga tu na moja. Na Bishop ndio utake kujua hiyo Father's Day ilikuwa juzi. Nilikuwa naangalia wanaume wote hapa, kila mtu ako na socks mpya. Kwa sababu Father's Day ilikuwa I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, si ndio? Na kawaida siku ya Father's Day tunapewanga tu socks na tumeshazoea. Lakini kina mama unaona wamepewa chocolate, maua, sijui nini. Kweli kina mama wenu mnapendwa, si ndio? So vile Mheshimiwa Orengo aliniambia nije hapa for the first time, hata sisi tusimame na hawa kina kama, nikasema lazima nikuje na mimi nisimame na nyinyi. Bishop has told us that he's been a man for 73 years and is not about to change. I also want to confirm, Bishop, I've been a man for 44 years now, and I am not interested in changing. Nitasimama hapo hapo. Umetupea muongozo ya kujua kama wewe you are a wholesome man. You need compassion, you need confidence, you need conviction and purpose and courage. And I suspect, Bishop, there is a reason why you started with compassion. Because without compassion as a human being, you are nobody. It is a lack of compassion that drives men to do evil to other men, the way we see it in our country. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka nikushukuru sana kwa maombezi yako. Umetuambia ya kwamba tuabudu Mungu mmoja peke yake, si ndio? Bishop amesema ama hajasema? Kwa sababu kuna wengine wameweka miungu mingine juu, haswa wale ambao wanapenda pesa. And he has told us that the love of money is the root of all evil. Bishop, our country is going through all these challenges because of the love of money. And we hope that in the future we can have conversations about the quality of leadership that starts with compassion, confidence, conviction and courage to be able to tackle some of the problems that are in our country. I want to take this opportunity to thank the people of Kisumu, because the last time we were here in Kisumu as a Linda Mwananchi team, we were received very well. And I want to thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for your support. I want to also thank you for standing by me all this time when I've been the SG of ODM. Unajua Bishop aliuliza, what do you do when termites zinakula ile pila? Lakini akasema Mungu mwenyewe atafanya nini? Atarejesha, si ndio? Bishop, hata mimi kuna vitu nilikuwa nimepewa na baba yangu Raila Amolo Odinga. Lakini kwa kawaida mnajua baba akikufa kwa bomu, watu wanaanza kuingia wananyang'anya watoto yake vitu, si ndio? Kuna vitu baba alinipatia yeye mwenyewe in his wisdom, but people have decided ya kwamba watazichukua zote. Na mimi niko tayari, kwa sababu Bishop amesema Mungu atafanya nini? Atarejesha kila kitu ambaye itachukuliwa, ambaye nilipewa na baba na nilipewa na wananchi, wananchi wataturudishia, si ndio? Na mimi naamini kwamba huo ndio ukweli ambao upo. Mheshimiwa Governor Orengo, thank you very much for inviting me. We have said that we must remain united. If you ever believed in the things that Baba used to believe in, we must all remain united. Na hatuachani, nyinyi watu wa Nyanza, nyinyi watu wa Western, wale wa Pwani, hata wakijaribu kuleta fitina gani, mimi naomba tubaki pamoja na tutembee safari hiyo, si ndio? Tutabaki pamoja. Mtu asiwadanganye ati kwa sababu ya ile vitu imefanyika hati watu wa Western wanachukia watu wa Nyanza. Haiwezekani. Sisi ile shida tuko nayo ndani ya chama, it is just individuals who are bringing problems to the party. But as a community, we know that you have always stood for justice, you have always stood for what is right, and we believe that we can continue to work together. I want to stop there because we are in church. Governor, thank you very much for your kind words, and we'll be more than happy to support the cause of Kama. Asanteni sana. Kama oye! Thank you very much.
I invited my colleague, Comrade Edwin Sifuna. The big team in Linda Mwananchi is in Nyahururu. But I wanted Sifuna to come here because there are a lot of people, including yesterday, who are talking about a division in Linda Mwananchi. The presence of Sifuna today, this morning, this afternoon, is to put you to shame that we are together and we are walking together and we shall never be divided. I want to promise you. I am honored this afternoon and morning to be in the presence of two great icons, two great men of God. That is Bishop Charles Ongenjo and Bishop Joseph Wasonga. And Bishop Wasonga talked about courage. And I think on top of courage is truthfulness. Bishop, I don't know whether you remember when you were burying your father, and it was during the one-party era. I was there with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, with Achieng' Oneko, and other leaders who went together with in that burial. They told us that we could not speak during that funeral, that the only person who could speak is Ramogi Achieng' Oneko, because they were in detention together with your father, a great Kenyan patriot, and that Oneko could only speak from written and approved speech. He was not to add a sentence. He had to read the speech as it was. And yeah, asante. And there were a lot of government people there. And they really talked about how they had helped the bishop's father, who had died as the executive officer of Khan. But when the bishop came up to speak, in truthfulness and righteousness, he talked about what Jaramogi had done to the family. That out of all those people at the funeral who were talking, is only Jaramogi used to go and see his father in hospital here in Kisumu. I thought that was an act of courage, because wakati huo, you dare speak and you are locked in. And when we left that funeral, we left feeling very proud that at least Jaramogi was recognized. I thank you for that act of courage, although at that time you're a very young man. And I wish that God should continue to give you strength and courage. The second thing I wanted to say, that this church has been associated with great men of God, and particularly Bishop Okulu, who was indeed a mentor to us. I want to encourage our bishop in this cathedral, Bishop Charles Onginjo, that we are proud of you. And I hope this congregation is proud of Bishop Onginjo. There may be people in the neighborhood who don't like what he says, but whatever he says reaches all the corners of the world because it is pure truth and fact, and is said from inspiration from the Almighty. I thank you very, very much. Wewe ukiniambia nifunge macho nitafunga saa yote. Wengine wakasema nifunge macho, I may have my doubts. So I thank you very much. I hope that this Harambee will do something towards the project that you're doing. The Kama Brigade was trying to recruit me as member of Kama. I was given a uniform, which I shall proudly wear in future. But for now, I belong to the Mothers Union. So the Mothers Union, you do a great job, so as Kama does. Thirdly, I want to talk about something that is happening in this nation that we must begin asking questions about. This display of ostentation and opulence, of money being carried in sacks and contributed in empowerment programs and projects. This money does not belong to the people who carry this money. This money belongs to you. We know what a cabinet secretary earns. We know what a PS earns. We know what a governor earns. And the law of the land is that if you have unexplained resources or wealth, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission should investigate into that source. If you're an ordinary businessman and you contribute that type of money, the KRA will be at your door. KRA will be there. And I've done a lot of cases for those who have been chased by KRA. Raila talked about this issue with President Ruto, that they must control this ostentation and opulence. There's no way, even the president of the country, there's no way he can be contributing over 100 million shillings in a weekend. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, cannot give you that kind of money without explanation. So let us not live in fear, because this is your money that is being given to you, and ultimately, if you accept it, is a form of bribery. I like talking about, in Migori, there's a bridge that was brought down during the rainy season, the storms. That bridge going to Tanzania is like it was 10 months ago. But 3 weeks ago, people were displaying 10 million shillings, 20 million shillings. And I want to say here and now, I've never said this. 2 days before Raila died, he rang me. I was with Senator Oburu in my office and the vice president when Raila was in India. And I spoke to him, and I gave him the microphone to speak to Deputy President Kindiki. There was an Harambee for empowerment. So when we went to the fundraising, wakatangaza tumeleta milioni 4 kutoka so and so, and we have brought 5 million shillings from Raila Amolo Odinga. So the next day I rang Raila and I said, did you send some money for this project. And he told me in Luo, "Nijogo for kabisa. Anonge pesa masegol." I have not. They are trying to use money to tie me into their kind of politics. The only unfortunate thing was that that was October 15th, and in the morning Raila was dead. Raila was dead. But on the 15th, I talked about him. Moi used to do this kind of things. Please, let us just tell these people they should not be using our money to bribe us or to pretend that they are doing things for society. If you want to help the people, it can be done through investments, through proper projects. And when Kama has an Harambe here, you can give legit money to the cause. But I can tell them, they will answer questions in future about this money they are contributing. I represented people, a lot of people last year, who were moneyed. And when a new government came into place, they were being questioned about the sources of those money. I was at anti-corruption every day. So I ask you that you be very careful about this money. We should ask the source of that money. The people of this region, these people are trying to build a Chinese wall to make sure that the rest of Kenya does not communicate with you. Yesterday I was in Nyakach, and I was trying to speak like a gentleman without any slogans. Before I heard it, that's why I'm a member of the Mothers Union. Women tend to tell you what is in their mind very quickly. Men will judge, but women come out outrightly. So Samachaka Chaka Losoni, Orengo take one term. So I was able to know that people want that debate in this part of our country. And that's why I've come here with my colleague, Honorable Edwin Sifuna. I hope that this Chinese wall they are trying to build will not be destroyed. It will not remain in place, it will be brought down. And then I am hoping that we should be part of the conversation. The people in this part of the country should be the part of the conversation nationally, not in any particular political party, but as the bishop has said, nationally, we should be part of the debate. Some people are trying to isolate us so that we are not part of the debate. I like saying to people what they don't want to hear. I don't like saying what you want to hear. And kataudagu ye, ana se wugo oko, manyonra kamiya le Kenya nyakabedi ka onge to mesa na obwaso kenda obwaso. People cannot be talking about Kenya. Tiwa janu Ruto ma represent you. Ruto has seized our party. He has captured our party. It's not the same party. You go to the coast. The people of Mulembe, we've been working together. And now if you go there, people are raising questions about ODM in Western. And the best performing leader in ODM outside Raila and outside Anyang' Nyong'o, who has been an official, has been this young man called Edwin Sifuna. Now, I really pleaded with our people because Edwin Sifuna had agreed. He went to Oburu and said, I'm ready to work with you, but on the basis of the constitution of the party, the 10-point agenda, and the other instruments of the party. Wakaanza pole pole, in a short while, they started giving a lot of problems to Edwin Sifuna. Now, even the replacement is not that because he's a lady, but the replacement for Sifuna in the Linda Tumbo team, I think is a disaster. It's like replacing Okikamayo with Mboya with Okikamayo. It can't happen. So Sifuna, I want you to be strong. We are behind you. And people around this community are behind you. And we are together as a movement. And then they also not only beat up one of us, Ososi, here in Kisumu, but then they also removed him from the party. Kora aparo ganto party ni. Ngano mabrodong ika area mbaremba jika area mbaremba jika man. Omeonyesha nasa declare ni and go to Mombasa, go everywhere. I am the de facto party leader, Maro ODM, de facto. De facto. Makami Alawach Mora. I want to tell you, I'll be there. Again, the Kisumu give you Kodana, Atama, I thought near Thotere, Monueten Abuya, I thought near Thota, I thought near Thota. And we shall remain part of the politics of the nation. But what we want to promise you, we will stand united as a people and as political formations. And in that unity, I've said very loudly, we will not replace Ruto with another Ruto. We'll look for a person that is patriotic, principled, well-mannered, and conscious of the needs of the people of Kenya. And if that person is Orengo, I go teach Maral. Kalam Nyalutiyo. And if it's Edwin Sifuna, we are part of the team. It is unity that we want. I just want to say, if elections are going to be what we are seeing in Olkolau, then probably we'll have no election next year. Bribery, violence, hate is going on in Olkolau. If that is what's going to happen next year, then we are not going to have an election. But we'll sit down to make sure that we get the promises of this constitution so that Kenya is stable and prosperous on the foundation of the constitution of Kenya as established by law. Bishop Wasonga, allow me that you have told me you want me to write a preface to your book. I'm honored and delighted. And I want to say publicly, I'll do that with a lot of pride and in recognition of your achievement.